Restoration is brought to you by
Hisense, everyday prices for everyday people.
Yes, extra long sanitary pad for extra comfort.
We got Yes protection.
You spoke about erectile dysfunction.
Yes, I mentioned that one too.
And I am pretty surprised. How does that come along?
Okay. So to our men now, I know it's a topic that's very interesting for many men and very important for many men and women as well, though sensitive. So you remember we mentioned that insulin's job is to accompany glucose to the muscle, to the brain, so that it can actually open the door and feed it in.
Yeah.
Insulin is an amazing hormone. It does more than that. One of insulin's job is to signal the blood vessels of a man that be ready and start expanding because there's a lot of blood about to flow through. And so the blood vessels need to hear insulin say, Jack, open up. Gargantuan blood flow coming through. You know, unfortunately, when you keep having too much insulin in your system over time, like I said, your cells become resistant to insulin. They don't hear insulin anymore. And so it gets to a point where those blood vessels don't hear insulin when it says, Jack,
open the door.
Open the door. There's massive blood flow on the way. It just doesn't hear it. And so in the circumstance where a man is having a physical encounter with a woman and he knows from here,
from upstairs,
that he is getting ready and he is ready, he realizes that the other part is not responding. And it's all because of insulin resistance.
Wow.
So the same process that causes obesity or weight gain is the same process which, if unchecked, would cause high blood pressure. Same process, if unchecked, will cause diabetes. Same process, if unchecked, could cause erectile dysfunction.
Tomato mix. Ofa kakra. Na ye bebre. Fa kakra yan kwan stew dodo a ope.
Tasty Tom dear. It will surely give you value for money. Steak and little is enough to get our desired quantity of stew and soup, and it doesn't color your meat or chicken.
Tasty Tom tomato mix into. Me handwriting and sada. Into customers bar never.
I don't compromise on the quality of my food. Use Tasty Tom enriched tomato mix. This advert is FDA approved.
Remember the days I just couldn't go to the gym because it was that time of the month? Yas extra long sanitary pad took the worry away. Easy.
Yes, comfort, I got. Yes, confidence, I got. Yes.
The new Yas extra long sanitary pad is the joy of every woman. It is extra absorbent and fits perfect. Don't allow anything to hold you back when it's that time.
Wow.
Yes.
Feel confident, stay fresh.
Hi. Is it supposed to be that time of the month?
Yes. I got. Yes. confidence. I got
Yes.
we got yes protection. I got
Yes, extra long sanitary pad for extra comfort.
we got yes protection.
Every child is so unique,
You like no other.
outstanding in every way.
It's me like no other.
So anytime you walk and play,
You like no other.
you are special like Indomie.
It's me like no other.
Did you know that every child on the planet has their own unique fingerprint like no other?
You like no other. I can play the drums. I'm talented. It's me like no other. I can sing. I can dance. You like no other.
As well as their own unique talents and abilities.
I can cook. I can paint. You like no other. Indomie. It's you like no other.
So every day, in whatever you do, remember you are special in your own way, like no other.
Thank you, Mom, for letting me know I'm special and for making me my special Indomie. Thank you, Mommy.
Introducing Indomie beef flavor. Buy now.
This advert is FDA approved.
Every child is so unique,
You like no other.
outstanding in every way.
It's me like no other.
So anytime you walk and play,
You like no other.
you are special like Indomie.
It's me like no other.
Did you know that every child on the planet has their own unique fingerprint like no other?
You like no other. I can play the drums. I'm talented. It's me like no other. I can sing. I can dance. You like no other.
As well as their own unique talents and abilities.
I can cook. I can paint. You like no other. Indomie. It's you like no other.
So every day, in whatever you do, remember you are special in your own way, like no other.
Thank you, Mom, for letting me know I'm special and for making me my special Indomie. Thank you, Mommy.
Introducing Indomie beef flavor. Buy now.
This advert is FDA approved.
Yes, baby.
Honey, men wash your way. Men to take away our back.
He's eating out again. Nancy, me Johnny tasting kuyi.
Tasty Tom.
Tasty Tom. Add the new seasoning powders about chicken, stew, jollof, shrimp, beef. The way it enhances the natural aroma. Tasty Tom, dear. I trust them. And there is no staining of fish, meat, or chicken. Wait, let me go just sharp. Made me also.
Tasty Tom seasoning powder. Ooh.
New aroma.
Leave this.
New taste from Tasty Tom new seasoning powder. Maybe I'm not for anyway. Tasty Tom new seasoning powder. Flavor and taste are fun. This advert is FDA approved.
Tasty Tom tomato mix. Ofa kakra. Na ye bebre. Fa kakra yankwan ni stew dodoa ope.
Tasty Tom dear, it will surely give you value for money. Steak and little is enough to get our desired quantity of stew and soup, and it doesn't color your meat or chicken.
Tasty Tom tomato mix inti. Me handwriting and sada. Sena ne dene dia sa netie. Inti customers ba never.
I don't compromise on the quality of my food. Use Tasty Tom enriched tomato mix. This advert is FDA approved.
Last week was very insightful on this show. I mean, there were a lot of things we spoke about that brought us to understand some basic things that can actually land us in a lifetime of health debt. And none of us would want to be in debt to our health. So we decided to continue the conversation today so that we can understand and begin to make the right choices when it comes to our health. So I still have my lovely Eunice with me. Eunice, we're back.
Stacey, yes.
Yes, so we ended up on Whole Foods last week. And you described how it was essential for us to eat food in the states they come in if possible. But definitely there are some of them that need to go through cooking. But you wouldn't want us to add certain things or take certain things out. We should have them as they come as possible, as we can.
Yes, so the basic message is let's eat foods as much as possible in their natural state. Even if it's being cooked, it's fine because it's in its natural state. Let's avoid highly processed foods.
Okay.
Okay.
How can we do that? looking at the generation in which we live.
Yes.
I mean, there are times that we even refuse to read the labeling on the food that we eat.
Yes.
For me, what goes into my stomach is very important and essential. So there are times I would not even advertise certain brands because I don't believe in it. I always say that if I'm encouraging my viewers or my fans to eat something, I should be able to eat that. So I don't advertise what I don't eat. So if you come to my home, I have Tasty Tom in my home. If you come to my home, I have Malta Guinness in my home. I do not advertise anything I cannot eat. So there have been times people have come and I'm like, it means I'm not even proud to advertise that.
Okay.
How can we be sure to know that, okay, as much as we want to eat whole foods, once in a while, I mean, you break a rule. And if we are breaking the rule, how do we break it carefully so much that it does not affect us at the end of the day?
Okay. So the first part of your question is how, especially in this 21st century in Ghana here, how do we...
Not just in Ghana, even in London, in the US. I mean, how do you...
I think it's a very good question because we live in a time when actually eating food that is generally unwholesome for us is the cool thing to do.
Yeah.
It shows, I think it's a sign of affluence, I think, for us. When you look at someone eating their plantain with their kontomire abom and emani and maybe an egg or something, and then you compare it to someone who can order, I don't know, consistently some burgers or pizzas in every day, we would think that, I mean, in people's minds, this shows your affluence, and we tend to aspire to look and feel affluent. So it then makes it difficult. Whole food is not necessarily the most popular choice. But like I said again, where Ghana is fortunate versus the West is that our local dishes are whole foods. Sometimes the problem may be with the way we cook them. So it's about, if you're using some palm oil, a little bit of palm oil on your kontomire, okay.
The but palm oil has to be sauteed with onions in it, with momone kakra in it. That way you feel that it's given.
But largely, if you could tone down on the oil, palm oil is great for you, but you shouldn't have too much of it. So if you could tone down on it, then your kontomire abom and your plantain is perfect. If you were eating your okro, or your, what are the local dishes that we enjoy eating? Your garden egg stew, all that is amazing. Make sure that it's not swimming in the oil. And then the next question
you're making us feel bad. So sometimes it swims in the oil.
It swims a lot. And then the other question is, how much of the food do you actually need to eat to be full?
Okay. All right.
That's the other question.
Now, you're becoming my doctor. So my doctor at a point told me, you don't eat to be full. You eat as a necessity.
Yes.
So yes, the food is amazing.
Yes.
But don't eat till you feel bloated.
No.
Because food is a necessity. So eat as little as you can.
As you need.
Yes. And don't, he said the moment you feel that bloating and you're finding difficulty to breathe, you know that this is an abuse of the food.
You've overeaten.
Yes, so you need to
The
stop.
Japanese have an amazing practice where they eat till they're about 80% full.
Oh, okay.
And we usually know when we're about 80% full.
Yeah.
You're not full.
Like you're in between.
But you're okay.
You can hold something after.
You're okay, yeah. Like I said again, our local dishes are great. But these days, sometimes we're trying to show affluence again, and it's about having a big portion of the food with lots of meat and fish all over it, and ensuring that we are eating, and then we take photos to share with everybody.
Yeah, it's nice.
and then we overeat sometimes just to show that we've
You
arrived.
did.
But
the
remember,
thing is, I love kinky. Let's put fufu aside. Fufu is my number. I love kinky, ga kinky.
Yes.
And I love it with hot pepper.
Amazing.
And if you give me ga kinky and hot pepper like that, I'll be upset. I need the hot pepper with 1,000.
Right.
With pawpaw, pear, avocado pear, then eggs, fried eggs.
Yes.
Then maybe some tilapia head.
Good.
Sardine.
Mm-hmm.
Tuna. Mm-hmm. Why is it? I'm feeling guilty.
No, because everything you're mentioning is great.
It's great. So I'm not done. I'm not. I'm not done. A little bit of sausage.
Okay.
Yeah. Then I have my kinky.
Okay.
Then what I would normally use the pawpaw for, it's a smoothie.
Okay.
So that instead of having a fizzy drink, I'd have a pawpaw smoothie.
That's amazing. Let's analyze this food.
Oh God, it's like wasi. Okay, wayek. Mark me.
Your kinky is corn, which is milled and cooked. Okay. Titino, they had the correct kinky because they didn't have the milling machines we have today. And so even though they were milling, there was still a lot of fiber intact because we're using stones, etc. Today we're using the mill, so we don't have as much fiber as before. But largely,
so it's smooth.
Exactly, because you've broken it down. Sorry, you still have the fiber, but you've broken it down. So the impact on your body is not exactly the same. But largely, it's not that bad.
Okay.
You understand? Maybe what is not so great about corn these days is when we hear about the GMO corn, which has challenges. But if you're not eating GMO corn and you're eating kinky made from a good corn, that's great.
Okay.
Now your pepper. You have, we call it pepper, but it's more than pepper.
Yes, it's pepper.
You have your chilies.
Yeah, onions.
You have onions.
Yes.
You maybe have garlic, ginger, tomatoes.
Yes.
All whole vegetables. Amazing.
Okay.
They all have various vitamins and other nutrients in them.
Okay.
That's a great, great choice of meal.
Okay.
The thing is
avocado.
that I'll come to your avocado. The thing is that don't have, huge kinky.
It's huge
with
kinky,
very tiny pepper.
No, I want a lot of pepper.
You need a lot of pepper.
Yeah.
Okay, because you want a lot of vegetables. Your pear is great.
Okay.
Apart from all the nutrients it gives, people are often scared about the fact that it gives fats.
Yeah.
And sometimes people say, you're trying to lose weight, don't eat pear. Your body needs fats. Without fats, there are many processes that don't work well. But it needs healthy fats. And one of the best sources of your healthy fats is pear.
Okay.
So for as long as you've not been diagnosed with a disease where they will tell you don't eat pear, it's great that you're adding pear to that food. Okay. And then what do you have? You have your 1,000, which is fish. And it's small fish. That's great.
So you add it to the pepper.
The only question is, which oil did you use in frying your 1,000? And so if you're able to
I didn't fry it, I bought it. So I don't know which oil they used.
And then you mentioned sardines.
Yeah.
Sardines are amazing.
Okay.
They would give you your omega-3s. It's great. It's an oily fish. So it's great. On top of that, you're a woman in your 40s. You need those.
You need it.
You need the pear. You need the sardines.
Okay.
It's great. You have some tuna, it's great.
Okay.
What may be challenging is...
I thought I was getting A+. Why are you bringing challenging here?
What oil is your tuna in? Or did you buy the tuna that was not
No, I bought the tuna in the can, the processed tuna. Not the market tuna. Not the smoked one.
Yes, but is it in oil or is it just in brine?
No, I think it's in oil.
Okay, so the question is which oil?
So mostly
is it
I don't
in?
pour the oil.
Okay.
I take out the tuna because the sardine already has the oil in the pepper because the sardine oil is the bay.
Okay.
That's the truth. The sardine oil is the bay, trust me.
I agree with you from a taste perspective, it's the best.
Yeah.
And so you have this whole combination and then you added your sausages which are processed It's a processed
Don't try to get me a B, please.
Which
you want me to stop eating this food? What's
which
happening?
would sometimes start creating problems for you.
Okay.
So the message I'm trying to send across here is that you can actually eat the things you love.
But in moderation.
By just tweaking a few things.
So you want the sausage out of this nice Iowa of pepper and assorted.
Well, it's about
the one of my eggs. Okay, maybe I can compromise the sausage for the eggs.
Okay.
So what of my eggs?
Your eggs are fine.
Okay.
It's a whole food.
Okay. So then I would
fine.
compromise. I would take out the sausage
Yes.
and maintain my eggs.
But you would, if you choose to fry it, you would fry it in very little
olive oil,
not processed
microwave
oil.
Yeah,
You know.
microwaved.
Fry in your pan.
Okay.
Fry it in your pan.
Okay.
It's better.
It's better.
It's better.
Okay.
And so back again, you remember I said health, yes, it's about wellness and you being optimal. But your definition of health will be different from someone else's definition of health. But it often boils down to what extent do you want it?
How bad do you want it?
Because quite often people are around the whole. So they see something they want. They either see a body shape that they want. They either see someone with a certain health that they want. But it's about to what extent are you ready to put yourself on that path? Would you choose to stick to the things you love because your tongue loves it? Or would you choose to be on a healthier path?
So it goes for me with my kenke. In as much as I love kenke, if I eat kenke continuously for 5 times, I would bloat. So in as much as I love kenke has become a cheating meal for me.
Okay.
So once in a, I would even say blue moon,
yes,
I would cheat and have my kenke because I know if it becomes a norm, I'm going to put on so much weight within that short space.
Great.
The kind of weight I'll put on eating kenke on 5 consecutive moments or meals would be, let's say, 30 times what I would have to do with rice.
Okay.
So I know that in as much as I love my kenke,
yes,
I have to be intentional
Great.
about how often I eat it.
Great. So health, again, is bio-individual. It's based on your own being. And it keeps changing over time.
Yeah.
There may be a few years ago when if you ate kinky, you wouldn't have had that. But
At
women,
all.
as soon as we step in our 40s, when perimenopause sets in, a lot of things change.
Yeah.
And so because you know that, kinky actually makes me put on weight faster than that, that is for you. And so you need to take that into consideration. And so when I'm working with people, there are no 2 clients who are on the same plan. Because people are different. Their body reacts differently. And so I don't do meal plans for people. And another thing that people must understand is that they have the answers, not me. Quite often, all I need to do is to ask you questions.
Yeah, listen.
And once I ask you questions and you start listening to your body and listening to yourself, you're able to come up with the answers yourself. And so once it's a decision that you make that you want to be on that path, you're able to find what works for you. Yes. And so what to eat is one of the key things that we need to look at when it comes to our health, but it's not the only thing.
What are some of the things we also need to look at?
So what I will say is that God made us on this earth. He created a cycle for this planet. Scientists call it the circadian rhythm. Mama third scientific word, circadian rhythm. And that rhythm is what gives you like sunrise to sunset, the moon comes up, etc., etc. And we are in it. In the morning when the sun goes up, what do we do? We are up and running. In the evening when it sets, we go to sleep. We need to be back in tune with nature and that rhythm. So you remember I said last week that insulin comes up with the sun, it goes to sleep
down
with the sun. And so around 6 o'clock, your insulin is up and is ready to work. It peaks around 12 when the sun is the highest, and then it starts going to sleep slowly. And around 6 p.m., 7 p.m., insulin has gone to sleep. So knowing that, what is going to push your glucose into your muscles has a rhythm. It wakes up at 6 and it sleeps around 6 o'clock. Should you be eating when what is going to be pushing the glucose into your muscles is sleeping? And so that's why traditionally we were not eating after 6 p.m. In some villages, you could not sell foodstuffs after sunset.
Yeah.
And so generally you would avoid eating after sunset. Okay.
Remember, they'll say when it's 6, you don't pound fufu.
Yes.
So it was actually a way of trying to get you to live healthy.
Yes.
Wow.
So it starts with that. And the idea, therefore, is that you wouldn't eat during certain times. If you don't sleep at night, you'll be hungry.
Yeah.
Those who go out to clubs, etc. at night,
the
they would
guys.
always be eating, watching and stuff. You would feel hungry.
Hungry.
God made us sleep because the body needs rest. You know? So eating within that rhythm is very important. Another thing that's important when it comes to food, remember we said that when you eat glucose food in excess and your muscles are done taking, the rest is stored as fats. But we also said that our body has two fuel mechanisms. One is the glucose mechanism, the other is the fat burning mechanism. For as long as you give your body food that has glucose, the glucose mechanism will be working. As soon as you stop and your body now needs food and is not getting food, it will switch. The factory will switch and say, now let's go to the fat burning mechanism. And that mechanism, what it does is that it's looking for energy. All it does is it relies on your fat for energy. So the fats that you have stored, it will go and take that fat, convert it and give you energy. Take the fats, convert, give you energy. Whilst it's doing that, what's happening to you? It's taking the fats, using for energy.
Wow. And I don't know why the conversation just runs so fast on this topic, but we'll be right back after this break.
Tomato mix. Ufa kakra. Na ye bebre. Fa kakra yan kwan stew dodo a ope.
Tasty Tom dear, it will surely give you value for money. Steak and little is enough to get our desired quantity of stew and soup, and it doesn't color your meat or chicken.
Tasty Tom tomato mix into me handwriting and sada. Into customers bar never.
I don't compromise on the quality of my food. Use Tasty Tom enriched tomato mix. This advert is FDA approved.
Remember the days I just couldn't go to the gym because it was that time of the month? Yas extra long sanitary pad took the worry away. Easy.
Yes, comfort, I got. Yes, confidence, I got. Yes.
The new Yas Extra Long Sanitary Pad is the joy of every woman. It is extra absorbent and fits perfect. Don't allow anything to hold you back when it's that time.
Wow.
Yes, yes, yes.
Feel confident, stay fresh.
Hi. Is it supposed to be that time of the month?
Yes. I got. Yes, confidence. I got
Yes.
we got yes protection. I got
Yes, extra long sanitary pad for extra comfort.
we got yes protection.
Hey, my best customers in here. Yes, baby.
Honey, men wash you why me to take away aba.
He's eating out again. Not saying me trying to taste in kuye. Nya kra. Mama ma new fella.
Tasty Tom seasoning powder.
Tasty Tom. Add the new seasoning powders about chicken, stew, jollof, shrimp, beef, udiye aduane anede. And more natural aroma. Shamankasa. The way it enhances the natural aroma. It no be small.
So what's the new season powder if it Tasty Tom there? I trust them.
And there is no staining of fish, meat, or chicken. Delicious meals all the time. Where do you go? Just me need those.
Tasty Tom seasoning powder. Ooh.
New aroma.
New this.
This is a new taste from Tasty Tom new seasoning powder.
But then the end.
Maybe I'm not for anyway. Tasty Tom new seasoning powder. Flavor and taste. This advert is FDA approved.
Every child is so unique,
You like no other.
outstanding in every way.
It's me like no other.
So anytime you walk and play,
You like no other.
you are special like Indomie.
It's me like no other.
Did you know that every child on the planet has their own unique fingerprint like no other?
You like no other. I can play the drums. I'm talented. It's me like no other. I can sing. I can dance. You like no other.
As well as their own unique talents and abilities.
I can cook. I can paint. You like no other. Indomie. It's you like no other.
So every day, in whatever you do, remember you are special in your own way, like no other.
Thank you, Mom, for letting me know I'm special and for making me my special Indomie. Thank you, Mommy.
Introducing Indomie beef flavor. Buy now.
This advert is FDA approved.
Every child is so unique,
You like no other.
outstanding in every way.
It's me like no other.
So anytime you walk and play,
You like no other.
you are special like Indomie.
It's me like no other.
Did you know that every child on the planet has their own unique fingerprint like no other?
You like no other. I can play the drums. I'm talented. It's me like no other. I can sing. I can dance. You like no other.
As well as their own unique talents and abilities.
I can cook. I can paint. You like no other. Indomie. It's you like no other.
So every day, in whatever you do, remember you are special in your own way, like no other.
Thank you, Mom, for letting me know I'm special and for making me my special Indomie. Thank you, Mommy.
Introducing Indomie beef flavor. Buy now.
This advert is FDA approved.
Wait, your tomato mix. Wouldn't so one on pass. Still loud, what tomato flavor no? No color changing like traffic lights. Devia cocoa, come on.
Tasty Tom dear, it will surely give you value for money. The steak and little is enough to get our desired quantity of stew and soup.
Taste not so dear. On point. Flavor new.
And it doesn't color your meat or chicken. I don't compromise on the quality of my food. Use Tasty Tom enriched tomato mix. This advert is FDA approved.
Welcome back, and I don't know why the time just runs like that, but I'm learning a lot. I'm just curious. How did you get into this career? Like, I mean, it could have been any other thing. How did you
Sure.
end up here?
Okay, so I started as a human resource professional, working for a corporate entity. And then, you know how women with childbirth, our body changes. So after first baby, I was able to lose some weight. And then after second baby, I lost a little and then I got stuck. I was struggling. And at the time, my mom lived with us. And my mom has diabetes. She has high blood pressure. At the time, she had diabetes and high blood pressure, and I would see her, going through the struggles of the disease and injecting her insulins, etc. And sometimes even eat when you can tell that she didn't want to eat. And like her, I put on weight here. This is what the scientists called, the fat you have here in your stomach is what they call visceral fats, the one that shows up here. And that's the more dangerous fat. So quite often, yes, quite often, those of us who have fats build up here would tend to get sick more often or more quickly than those who would be storing fats like in their butts and other places. So I looked at my mom and I was like, this can't be me. This can't be me. And I looked at her and I was like, I am like what? 15 years away from when she started on this journey, and this can't be me. I can't take medication consistently. Me need be that. As soon as I start feeling good, I would stop. So even though at the time I didn't fully understand this, I was like, this can't happen. And then we were also looking for ways of supporting her. And so we went through a lot of research, tried a lot of things. My husband at the time would try diets, and then I ended up trying some. My mom also tried some. And so we started coming by knowledge. And we started understanding that, it's not something that falls from the heaven and gets, on your lap and you have diabetes or you have BP. No. It is our everyday consistent actions. It's our everyday consistent actions. And so once we understood what works and what didn't work, I started applying it. And at work, my colleagues saw it to the point where, people who didn't know me before baby were actually getting scared that I was losing too much weight because they didn't know me before I was that big. And once in a while, a colleague would come and say, "Oh, Eunice, could you help with this? Eunice, could you help with that?" I'm referring to health challenges, and we would do that. And then my colleagues would start, "Oh, Eunice, why don't you start doing a business with this? Why don't you start sharing this with people, etc.?" And I'm quite a private person, so initially I was standing off, yes. And then in 2023, what happened was my company decided to do a global restructuring, and they decided that Ghana was going to close. And I saw that as God actually pushing me to do what I feel a strong calling for. There was a way I felt each time I helped someone who was going through either one physical illness or another, or even sometimes a psychological problem, or going through stress or something like that. And so I saw it as my way out, and I decided to build this business. And then I got professional certification as well. And so I studied with IIN, the Institute of Integrative Nutrition, which is the oldest health coaching school in the world. And this is where I am today. And so I'm now on a mission, Stacey, and my mission is that Africa, it's projected that in the next few years, when it comes to growth of lifestyle diseases, Africa is going to top it globally. Meanwhile, it's all preventable. And we have the advantage of our local dishes being able to support our health if we just tweak a few things, and then also implement some other lifestyle changes that have come with the modern life, which I'm sure we would talk about later. And so my mission now is to support us to live as healthy as possible, because it is possible to live healthy despite the fact that the system around makes it quite difficult. What is easy, what is convenient is often not healthy. But we have a choice to make. Do we want life or not? And do we want a life where we're thriving, or do we want a life where we're simply surviving, just taking medications, etc.? The sad thing about these lifestyle diseases is that they affect you in every aspect of your life.
Yeah.
If you're working, they make you unproductive. If you have family, sometimes just because of your illness, you can't spend as much time as you want with your family, to the point of them even killing you before your time. Financially, it's draining. You should see the prices of these drugs. When you start, you're on just a few. So the deception is maybe you're just spending 200 cedis each month. It doesn't get better. And the doctors are honest about it. When you get diabetes or high blood pressure, your doctor will tell you that these diseases do not go away. We're going to manage you, and so you'll be on these medications. What is happening is that whilst you're taking the medication, remember the process I described. Because you're not changing your lifestyle, including your diet, the process that gave you the disease doesn't stop. You're still eating the same food. You're still creating the same problem.
So you're topping it up.
And so you keep getting worse. As you're getting worse, your doctor is forced to increase the medication. At a point, he's forced to change the medication. Sometimes you start on tablets. At a point, you're now on injections. And people are spending thousands of cedis each month on medication for diseases that they could have prevented in the first place. And so that's the mission that I'm on, and I'm really passionate about it.
Let's look at women health.
Yes.
We've from the beginning, last week we focused on men.
Yes.
Now let's look at women. As women, I'm very passionate about women issues. What are some of the things that could be staring at us in our faces?
Okay. So we would have to have a full segment on that, but I will do an abridged version for you. So a lot of women will say, "Oh, I used to eat this food. No, I haven't changed anything in my lifestyle. And suddenly, I'm just putting on weight." It often starts in our 40s. You don't change anything. You find yourself putting on weight. Why? Perimenopause. Whether we like it or not, women are controlled by hormones, men as well, but women especially. We're controlled by these hormones, which affect a lot of things in us. Now, our hormones exist on a hierarchy. You remember we said insulin is what would store fat. If you have too much insulin, it means you're storing a lot of fat. Now, when you take your hormones, at the base of your pyramid, you have your sex hormones, your estrogen, your progesterone, and your testosterone. Okay? Women have all these three, and they are working fine. But when perimenopause starts, they start going down. They start dropping. As they start dropping, it now starts a cascade of things. And now, part of the problem that you start experiencing is if by the time you get into perimenopause, you already had high insulin. Remember I said a lot of people are insulin resistant for 10, 15 years, but they are not aware. And so if that is where you are, by the time you get to perimenopause, what happens is that the hormone on top controls the one down. Okay. So because you have a lot of insulin at that stage, and because you're losing estrogen, which before then would have been helping you, even in keeping, despite everything, helping you with your weight and everything, now it's coming down. And because insulin is high, your sex hormones are going even haywire the worse. And so quite often, women who don't have insulin resistance would go through a better perimenopause process than women who have high insulin. Okay. And then now, on top of that, because your hormones are going down, there are other challenges you have. You're not sleeping well. Your stress is going up. Our stress is going up.
For no reason.
Yes. Yes. I always tell people that please have compassion. When sometimes you see women at a certain age behaving a certain way, have compassion for them.
Because you don't know what they're going through.
You don't know what they're going through. Our hormones are controlling us, and sometimes it's not us. And a lot of women go home and cry and like, why did I behave like this? Why did I do that? It's not them, it's the hormones. And especially if on top of that insulin is high, then their behavior is even more erratic. Now you're not sleeping, etc. Your stress is going up. Stress will release cortisol. Cortisol sits on top of insulin. When cortisol is high, it makes your insulin go high. When your insulin goes high, insulin's job is to suppress glucose. Cortisol's job is to increase glucose because cortisol is your stress hormone in case a dog is chasing you so that you can run and survive.
Right.
And so it knows that it needs a lot of energy. So cortisol will make your body release a lot of glucose. But because now you have a lot of glucose, insulin will come and try to suppress. As it's trying to suppress, cortisol is trying to get it up. And you keep going through that. And it just keeps getting worse and worse. And your insulin resistance becomes worse. Because your insulin resistance is worse, you are storing more and more fat. And so it is very important for women to start taking care of their health in their 30s, so that by the time they hit their 40s, they are not insulin resistant. And whilst they are going through their 40s, because another reason why you put on weight when you're in your 40s is that when perimenopause sets in and estrogen is going down, you are losing muscle. You are losing muscle. When you eat your glucose, what takes it up?
Muscle.
Your muscles. Your brain, yes, but your muscles as well. So you used to eat this ball of kinky, and it was enough for your muscle, given the work you do or your level of activity. Now you don't have as much muscle as before. So when you eat that same ball of kinky, what is happening?
The result is different.
So now you have excess glucose in your blood that you didn't have before, and insulin will do its job, and it will store it as fat for you. And so a lot of women in their 40s, there are some who don't necessarily even put on weight, but what is happening is they are losing muscle and they are gaining fat. They are losing muscle and gaining fat. And then you have some who at a point would have gained fat to a point where it's not stopped, and then they keep gaining fat, and then they keep putting on weight. And so one of the things that's really important for women is strength training. It's lifting weights, your own body weight. And beyond that, unfortunately, because of the 21st century world that we are living in the past, you may be carrying, I don't know, pans of something with firewood and all that, and you keep doing that. Whilst you're doing this, you're building muscle. Unfortunately, we don't do that anymore. So you may have to step into the gym and take some weights.
Or you can even get the dumbbells at home.
You get your dumbbells at home, and then you find exercises.
Now I have to visit my dumbbells because they are there, and I like, hello, dumbbells. There you go.
So you start with your own weight.
Okay.
You start with your own weight. Are you able to squat and go up? You start with your own weight. Are you able to lift your own weight? Are you able to do press-ups?
Press-ups. Sit-ups.
Yes.
Okay.
And then you start adding weights. We don't have a choice. We need to preserve the muscle. If you don't preserve the muscle, you are going to put on weight because the food you're eating has less place to go to. It will be stored as fat. You see?
I think I have to invite you back for us to concentrate mainly on women. Because when perimenopause starts, it's something.
It's a lot of things.
People don't get it. People act differently, but everybody is different.
Yes.
I was telling my doctor that, I feel very different. I don't really see anything. Then he was like, you take your time. I'm sure there is something you would say. I'm like, I'm not getting hot flashes, nothing.
Great.
I'm just there. Then it's like, you're not just there. You just need to give it time.
Yes.
And you're going to identify something.
Yes.
So I gave it time and I identified it. And
okay.
for me, it's actually made me calmer.
Good.
It's made me very calm.
Good.
I don't get upset.
Yes.
I'm just there. I'm indifferent. So things that you'd normally scream at or get upset about, I'm just laid back. That's
great.
Cool.
That's great. Because a lot of women would tend to go through the opposite because, so you know, estrogen is the hormone that makes us women accept a lot of things and tolerate a lot of things. So as estrogen starts going down, unfortunately, that's when we become no nonsense. I'm sure a lot of men would bear witness to the fact that when their wives got into their 40s, they changed. There were things that they would before like accommodate. Estrogen is gone, and so there is no
there is no pause.
The accommodation is toned down. And that is why I say when God said men should deal with their wives with knowledge, it was the knowledge of a woman's menstrual cycle and menopause. That was what he was referring to.
Start with men.
It is a secret.
And
if you understand these, they all start with men. And if you understand these, you would really have a peaceful life. But yes, let's do a full session on that. Let's discuss menstruation and the cycle and what happens to women at each stage. And then let's discuss perimenopause. It would really be helpful.
Oh, it was amazing having you. Thank you for giving me 2 weeks of your life.
Yes.
I really do not take this for granted. So before you leave, kindly pick a card here from Hisense and let's see what you will take home. Okay, so this is mine. Good luck to you. Thank you for coming. You take home a steamer pan. Wow.
Yes. Great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So this is from Hisense to you. So healthy
steamer
eating.
vegetables.
Yes.
Thank you so much. It's
You're
so
welcome,
kind.
darling. And that's not all. I have a little game to play with you from Tasty Tom.
Okay.
So you can put your steamer pan down.
Okay.
Yeah. You have to let them know that National Girls, we are smart people. So you will have to be able to tear a lot.
Oh my God.
So I'm going to count to 10. Yes. And you have to be able to tear out as many as you can within that time space.
Oh my God, is
Are
there
you
a
ready?
trick?
There is a trick, but I can't tell you.
So when I tear, where do I
just
put
drop it?
Okay.
Are you ready?
Hey.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Sure you're ready?
You.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No.
How did I do?
Okay. So now we have to count. How many do you have?
Let me see.
Beside you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, you have 7. Okay, so 7. That's for you. Tasty Tom enriched tomato mix.
Thank you.
And this is very healthy. You can read the labeling. You'd realize that it's very healthy. So this is not overly processed food.
Trust that I will read it.
Yes, please read and give me feedback. It has been amazing joining you again, and I believe that we have taken every word shared these past weeks. So please, if you're eating, be careful. Know your body is a temple. Whatever you put in either purifies the temple or contaminates it.
Yes, true.
So you do not want to contaminate your temple. You would want it to be pure. And don't forget, everything you put here, at the end of the day, would either become gold or trash. So let's be careful what we put in our system. All right, Eunice, so in case anyone wants to get in touch with you to begin a journey to a healthy future, how can they reach you?
Okay. So you could call our lines 053 727 6336. You can also go to our Instagram page or our LinkedIn page, 3cubed.wellness, and you would find a QR code on the flyers that are there. Just scan it and it takes you to the booking page so that you can book a free discovery call to figure out whether we're a good match to work together.
Hey, we know you're Bruni pal. So it's not like it's very nice. So the first consultation is free, you get to connect, then you can decide whether you want to work or not.
Yes, because health coaching is relatively new, it's good that people understand what they are setting themselves up for, and that they are sure that they are ready
to embark on the journey. And also ensure there is trust between both parties.
Exactly, because there's really no point me taking money from you, and then when we start, at a point, you stop.
Yeah, you back.
The idea is that you're committed to the journey and we need to get on it. And so beyond food, because there are other lifestyle changes, we need to discuss all that for you to confirm that you're ready to be on that journey. And then
before you go.
Yes, and then we get it.
Okay. A big thank you to our sponsors, Malta Guinness, Tasty Tom Enriched Tomato Mix, and Tasty Tom Seasoning, Yaz Washing Powder, and Yaz Sanitary Pad, High Sense, everyday prices for everyday people. A big thank you to my glam team, ABS Lux Line, Tinaj Beauty, GH Beauty Artistry, Hair Duties, and of course, thank you to all our viewers around the world. We're very grateful. Always do remember, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. We'll see you next week.